Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today's book review is for The Next Thing You Know by Jessica Strouser. This is from St. Martin's Press, and it's a women's fiction that was released on March 22nd. So, when I do my book reviews, I have been reading to you the publisher blurb or the book description, but I don't think I'm going to do that in this book. I'm going to see if I can just tell you about the book because it was a difficult book, and I think my discussion should be suffice. Now, in this book, we have Nova Houston and her partner Kelly. They own a business called Parting Your Way. They are death doulas or death midwives. Well, considering that I have never heard of a death doula before I even started reading this book, I Googled it. And a death midwife or a death doula is a person who assists in the dying process, much like a midwife or doula does with the birthing process. It is often a community-based role aiming to help families cope with death through recognizing it as a natural and important part of life. Wow. Wow. So, they are death doulas, something totally new to me. So, what they are individuals who assist in end of life times for people. Now, Nova and Kelly generally work with the elderly, with people with terminal illnesses where death is impending, and they help people through their difficult times. It could be, say, taking them shopping once a week or sitting with them and watching a television show. It can involve any number of things. Well, somebody comes to Kelly's office. His name is Mason Shaler. He was a very popular musician, and he approaches Parting Your Way. And as she is talking to him, one of her questions got to the point, well, kind of asking him which of his elderly relatives he was coming to her for. And he shocked her by saying, I'm here for myself. It's me. I'm the one who's dying. He never said he was dying, but I'm the one who needs your services. Well, Kelly hands him off to her partner Nova, and Nova begins to work with Mason. Okay? Now, why did Mason approach Parting Your Way in the first place? Well, he was a musician and he felt that his life was over because he was no longer able to play. In fact, he had surgeries that should have restored whatever condition he had, should have restored his ability to play guitar, and I say play and I mean guitar. However, not only did the surgeries work, but it was not work. Not only did the surgeries not work, but his career was over. And if his career was over, he felt his life was over. Life was no longer worth living, and now he needs to learn how to say goodbye. So quite naturally, Kelly and Nova assume that he is terminal because that is what their business or services are about. Now, Nova had always maintained a professional relationship with those who came to her for help when they knew their time was near. However, as the story is relayed to us, both in the present and in the past, so we have the then and we have the now, things were different with Mason and Nova. In fact, in this heartbreaking story, and the way that the story is delivered, also as it's delivered in multiple points of view, we get to see that her experiences with him are different than any other experience she has had as a doula up until this day. Now, in this tender and powerful story, we see a story that teaches how to survive loss, but also how to forgive under the most devastating of circumstances. Now, Nova and Kelly have rules for their business, and one of these rules is filling out a questionnaire. Mason skirted around that questionnaire as best he could. Also, he was never truly forthcoming as to what his terminal illness was. And if he had been more forthcoming, or at least filled out the questionnaire, it would have made Nova's life much easier. But instead, Nova and Mason embark on an unusual alliance, one that showed that the pair had a lot more in common than could have been imagined. This book was incredibly moving, heartbreaking. It caused a lot of mixed emotions in me because you knew what happened and you had to see how healing got there. Like, for example, Kelly has a daughter named Willow. Well, how did Willow get involved in this whole? I hate to use the word drama because I'm not trying to use it loosely, but how did Willow get involved in the drama that went on in Mason's case, in Nova's case? What was Kelly and Nova's relationship? What was Nova's relationship with her family? So this definitely wasn't an easy read. It's one that you're going to need tissues. They're going to have to be close by because you know early on what happened. You just have to see how everything evolves and how hope comes out of this. And also how the book got the title, The Next Thing You Know. So that's all that I'm going to say on this. I'm a little emotional right now because I'm making this review video immediately after reading the book. So if you can handle a heartbreaking read, but one that gives you hope and helps, like I said, deal with the pain of loss and forgiveness after such a deep loss, then give this book a look-see. I haven't read anything by Jessica Strouser before this one, but I would imagine that she writes other hard-hitting books that I will eventually check out. And actually, I did check NetGalley. I think I have another one of her books, to be honest with you. Just gonna go back. Let me see. Forget You Know Me. Sorry for taking my glasses off, but I have my phone. NetGalley is buffering. Let me just wait for NetGalley to cycle through. I have Forget You Know Me by Jessica Strouser, and I want to tell you when it was released, but my phone just hung. But I do have one other book by her. Okay, now it came out. And this came out, can I find the date? In February 2019. Yes, I have hundreds of books in my queue. So I have this book on my Kindle. And again, it's called Forget You Know Me. So I'll be reading that one. And I just want to see if it's like this one. Yeah, yeah, very heartbreaking book. So I'm going to read it. Actually, I might read it in the next week or so. And that way I can have two of her books read so far. So that's it. I just wanted to look that up really quickly because I remember seeing her name. I just actually compiled my spreadsheet on my laptop from oldest to newest dates in NetGalley, and that's how I saw Strouser's name more than once. So that's my review. I'm going to let you go. Sorry that this was not an upbeat review, but it's not an upbeat book. It's a very serious women's fiction title. All right, I'm going to put the link in the description below. If you want to click that link to purchase the book as an Amazon affiliate, anything, the few pennies that would come from your purchase of the book doesn't affect you, but would go back into this channel. So that's it for now. I'll see you with my next review. Bye-bye.